Hello students, in this presentation we will do last chapter of section D of our syllabus, that is file handling in C. It is important chapter and scoring for theoretical paper, as there is a fixed set of questions, patterns of questions which are getting repeated in university examinations. I have prepared the list of questions as your assignment also. I will post you that assignment also. Other than that, those assignment questions and this presentation, you can read the topics from your book, as well as see the back questions, solved questions mentioned. Now, why files are important, why we are dealing with file handling. Until this chapter, we have done so many programs, and we are giving input from the keyboard and output is coming on the monitor, and we have no issue in that. Then why there is a term included files? We are happy with program and our standard input output system of keyboard and monitor, that is console unit. This file is important when we are dealing with large amount of data, or we want to store the input, we want to store the output which is coming on the monitor somewhere, which can also be fed as input to some other program. It means every time before this chapter we will be entering data from the keyboard, and every time output is coming on monitor. Suppose same program in which I need to enter the 20 roll numbers and marks of 20 students of my class, and the sorted file will be displayed. Every day I need to run that program. It means every day I need to enter the same marks of 20 students from the keyboard, and again sorted results will come. And suppose I need those sorted results for something else. So when I need those sorted results, firstly I have to run my previous program, then I will get that sorted list, then I will use that sorted list for some other program. If there is some method in which I can store those 20 marks of 20 students somewhere in some word file or in some document, and my program directly gets input from that document, I don't need to enter every time, then the concept of file handling comes. Another case, when the output screen sorted file of those 20 students gets stored somewhere, that result along with displaying on the monitor of your computer, along with that it gets saved in some files of the computer. Then I can use that file for future purpose also, and which can also act as input to another file. Then this case of file handling arises, why we are needing, when a program is terminated, the entire data is lost. To store, to preserve that data, output data or input data, we need a file handling concept, and it also saves lots of time. Again and again we don't need to repeat the similar task or similar input time we are giving, or at any time human error can also arise. So one time you have prepared cautiously your input file and you need to repeat that thing again and again, then the file handling comes. Suppose we have a payroll system. Every month, you can consider the college system. Every month college releases salary of all the employees. The list of employees is there along with their account numbers. Every time, every in the first week of month, if accounts person every month enters name of the employee and account number, then it's a tedious task. If he has created one particular file in which all the employees are mentioned along with their account number, he just need to attach the file with the particular software or a program in which the salary will get released from the account. That is easy. So we can easily move from data from one computer to another computer. Also, if you want to change the file, if you want to move the data somewhere, or you can easily update your file. If you want to add the employees in the input, then you can change, modify the file. If you want to, if some employees are retired now, you want to delete their names from the list of payroll, then you can simply modify the file. So files are very much important to deal with when we are dealing with large amount of data. When we want to store the outputs of the program, then file handling is required. Now there are two types of files, text files and binary files. Text files has extension .txt and binary files has extension .bin. The files which we are dealing are known as text files, means which are in human readable format, we can see easily, we can edit, we can delete the contents, means human readable word file, excel file which we are using. Binary files are those files which are meant for the computer. They have their complete data in the form of binary digits 0 and 1 in the codes, which is not a human readable format. We are not able to understand, but computer can easily understand because that is the language of computer. But obviously binary files are more secure because it is not in human readable format, only computer can understand, but is not easy for normal humans, those who don't know the 0 1s coding. Normally we use text files, and for very high security purposes we use binary files. Now how to work on files? There are 4 operations how to work on a file: creating a file, opening a file, closing a file, reading and writing a file. But how to do all these 4 operations? There are fixed functions which we can use with a particular syntax to perform all these 4 functions. Visit on first, see the first blue blocks, file star fptr. It means we are file, capital in the caps lock, file. This file is a data type which is used to declare a pointer, like int, float, char. File is also a data type of which we are declaring one pointer, fptr. Fptr is the name chosen by us, and you can see f means file, ptr means pointer. In general we have taken fptr, something related to file pointers, but it is not compulsory to take fptr. You can only take ptr, you can only take fp, all depends on your choice. Now how to open a file? We will open a file using fopen function, second blue box on the screen. Fopen, F stands for file. Fopen function takes 2 arguments. First argument is the file name which we want to open, and second is the mode, in which mode we want to open the file. What do you mean by mode? Mode means we want to open the file in read mode. We want the only the reading of the file. We want to open the file in the write mode, means we want to write something to the file. So there are various modes in which we can open the file, and according to that our functionality will work on the file. In the third blue box in the example, you can see fopen. In the first argument is new program.txt. This is the file name which we want to open, but we want to open this file in write mode because we want to write something. So it is for write, w is used. W stands for write mode. In the second example, in the third blue box, fopen old program.bin. Bin stands for binary files. We want to open this binary file, and we want to open this binary file in read mode. R stands for read mode, but B is the symbol for binary. So read mode for binary, RB. I will discuss in detail all the modes later on in this presentation. Firstly, we are focusing how to create a file pointer, how to use fopen function. When fopen function will open a particular file in a particular mode, then it will return the address of the file, address of the first location of the file. That address we want to keep somewhere, we want to store somewhere, and for address we need pointers, and that pointer should be of file type, that because it is the address of the file which is returned by fopen, so we will equate it to ptr. So ptr is equals to fopen and the syntax followed. Now fopen will return the address after opening the file, address of the file, and that address will get copied, will get stored in ptr. Now after working with a file, how we created a file pointer, how we opened a file in particular mode, and the middle phase I will discuss later on through programming, how to write, how to read the program. But after doing our complete work, we should close that file. How to close that file? Everything of the file is holded by pointer. If we close the pointer, then the file will be closed. So fclose function is used, and in fclose only thing we need to supply is the pointer which is holding the address of the file. If pointer is closed, then everything is closed. Various file opening modes. Students, first question which comes from this, what is file handling, why we need file handling. Second type of question comes, what are the various file operations which you can use, discuss fopen function, file pointer, fclose function. Clear? Then direct question come, what is fopen, fclose, all these things. Third question, third type of question is an important, what are the various file opening modes, in which means the second argument of fopen function, in which mode you can open the file. There are total 12 modes. We will discuss first 6 modes and which are sufficient, and the next 6 just you need to repeat that thing for binary. See the screen, I will tell you the tell you how to learn the names of these 12 modes. See, the first mode is for read mode, R mode. W mode second mode है. Third mode is A, append mode. RWA very important and used on the in regular basis. RWA. Now fourth, fifth, sixth is R plus W plus A plus. We just need to attach the plus sign with the first 3 modes. Now see the first 6 modes. R, W, A. Now attach plus sign with all the 3, R plus, W plus, A plus. These 6 modes are for text files. We already discussed that there are 2 types of files, text files and binary files. These are for text files. Now for all the 6 we just need to attach small letter B with the 6 modes, then all the 6 will become for binary files. First 6 for text files, next 6 for binary files, RB, WB, AB, RB plus, WB plus, AB plus. Clear? So I am discussing only first 6. You just need to repeat the first 6. You have to replace text files word with the binary file word. Clear? So first is R. It opens the file in reading mode. W mode opens the file in writing mode, but if file does not exist, then it will create some new file with the name for writing mode. A mode, append mode, opens the text file in append mode, means opens the text file and pointer will go to the last of the end of the file of the text available in the file, because we want to add the data in the end of the file. R mode is read mode. It opens the file for reading. W mode opens the file for writing, but in case file is not available, it will create a new file by that name. A mode is append mode. It will open the file and your pointer will reach the end of the file, because you want to add the data in the end only. Append means we need to attach the data with the existing data. R plus opens the text file in both reading and writing. It will open the text file in both reading and writing mode, but file should exist. In W plus, it will also open in reading and writing. Then what is the difference? If the file exists, it's truncated first before overwriting. Means all the material gets deleted, already existing material, any old data will be lost. If file does not exist, a new file will be created. It means in W plus it will open the file for reading and writing, but if the file is available, then old material will get deleted and you will get a fresh file, blank file. If file does not exist, then new file will be created. In R plus you will also get open, the file will be opened for reading and writing, but file should be existing. If it is not existing, then error will come or some message will be displayed. In A plus it will open for reading and appending, means new data will be appended in the end of the file and old data will be preserved. So these are the 6 modes: R, W, A, R plus, W plus, A plus. These are for text files, and next 6 are for binary files. Everything is same, just you need to replace opens a binary file in reading mode, opens or creates a binary file in writing mode. You just need to repeat the text with the binary word. Important question. You have to represent it in a tabular type form, that in one column you are writing all the file opening mode names, and then in the second column you are explaining the meaning of that mode. Now we will discuss two functions, fprintf and fscanf. You have already done printf and scanf multiple times. Printf means giving output on the monitor, scanf means taking input from the user through keyboard. Now everything will be done from files and to files. Fprintf means we are giving output to a file, fscanf means we are taking input from a file. Left side of the screen we are writing a program to a text file, means we will be using, how to write to a text file, we will be using printf. To a file means fprintf. Line number 4 means we are declaring one variable, simple variable int num. Fifth number line, file is a file type. We are declaring one pointer of that type, fptr, and that pointer will hold the address of the file which we will be opening in write mode. Why we want to open that file in write mode? Because we want to print something to that file. We want to write something to that file. Fopen program.txt and W mode. If we are opening the file, if the file is available, then it will be opened. If file is not available, new file with the name will be created. But if some error will come, if some error arises, some opening problem, some issue, technical issue comes, or some virus issue comes, any type of problem arises, then fptr will receive null by fopen function, that fopen function is not able to open the file program.txt due to some issue, backend issue, and it is returning null to the fptr. So we will be checking whether file is opened properly or not through 7th line. If fptr is equals to null, then we will simply display some error and exit from the function. Exit function will help us from exiting the program, closing the program, and this function is available in stdlib.h, which is included in second number line. Now if file is opened properly, means fptr is not equal to null, then comes to 12th number line. We are in 12th and 13th, we are taking the input from the user, simple printf and scanf, as we have already done. In line number 14 we want to print that number to a file. So see the line number 14 and 15, which is the main new point. In line number 14, fprintf function is used. In fprintf there are 3 arguments. Earlier we have 2 arguments, now we have 3 arguments. Last 2 arguments are same as old arguments, only difference is one new argument at the beginning is introduced, in which we are mentioning the pointer which is holding the address of the file where this number should go. If we don't enter this pointer, then there will be an error, because it has a 3 argument syntax. First the pointer, then %d, you all know, then the number to get printed. After this we are just closing the pointer through fclose function. Clear? Right side of the screen is reading a text file, means we want to read the file, we want to take the value from the file. Line number 5 and 6 I think it is clear. Come to line number 7. In this we are doing opening as well as comparing that pointer to a null in a single line. If fptr is equals to of open program.txt in read mode, that file will be opened and pointer address will be copied in fptr. But if that fptr is equals to null, we will display error opening a file and exit from the program. Otherwise fptr will be holding the address of program.txt in read mode. Line number 13 is new. We want to take the value from the user. We all know scanf. Fscanf means again 3 arguments. First is pointer, then %d and ampersand num. You all know. Everything is same, just we are adding one more argument in the beginning of fscanf. Then we are printing that value and closing the pointer. The main line is line number 13, where we are adding one particular argument, that is fptr. This is the only difference between fprintf and scanf, already done with console unit. Now fprintf and fscanf. Next two functions which are mentioned in your syllabus are getc, putc. You have to do practicals of fprintf, fscanf, getc and putc particularly, and you can do many more from your book also according to your wish, but these four are compulsory for you. Used to read a character. Getc and putc is for c means character. It is for character only, but it takes character from the file and puts the character to a file. So getc function means we are using some, we want to take the character from the file. So as in the box mentioned, getc function has the syntax getc. In the bracket you will be giving pointer from where you need to read the character. Pointer holds the address of the file. Putc means you need to put the character. Now you need to supply two things, character as well as pointer. Here putc character, putc can be used for output display also, standard output display also, as well as file display also. So putc in the second box you can see it can be used. Firstly you will supply the character which you want to put, comma fp you can give pointer, the character will go to the file. Otherwise you can give standard std out, means pointer will go to the monitor, character will go to the monitor. Let's try to understand through this program. Putc function we already discussed can be used to put the character on the file as well as on the standard output depending on our syntax. Now in line number 4 we are just declaring one character variable ch, file pointer in line number 5. If we are opening the file, fp is equals to fopen test.c in read mode. Here we are opening some c file in read mode. Read mode means we want to open the file in read mode. If some error is coming in opening the file, then if fp will get the null, and if bracket null, then it will not work. Otherwise it will get not null, then some value will be there. So this program, the inside bracket line number 7 we can enter the if statement. 6 number line, in the bracket of if there is null, then if bracket will not work. If there is any non-null statement, means fp has some particular address of file, then if condition will work. In line number 8 you are reading the character from the file. Getc function, you are supplying the pointer of the file fp, that character, suppose there is written a in the file, that a will get copied in ch. Then we are comparing whether that ch is not equal to eof. We know that if there is a file, suppose consider file in which apple is written, apple. After e, when we finish the apple string, in the last there is a automatic end of the file character eof. So we are comparing whether that character is not equal to eof. If it is not equal to eof, we need to put that character on the on the monitor, so that ch will go to standard output, and again we will read the next character through getc function and fp getc automatically advances itself when it one by one. So suppose, let's again begin if statement, and imagine that on the in the file test.c we have one string mentioned apple, apple, and after e there is automatic closure character eof. Firstly, A will get read in line number 8 and it will get compared to EOF. If it is not EOF, we should display it on the output screen. Then again next character should be read and stored in CH. Now after A there is P. That P again while loop, ninth number line, P is not equal to EOF, it will get displayed. Again P, then L, then E. Then we will read the last character, it will become EOF, we will come out of the file while loop and we will close the pointer. Now we will discuss the topic command line argument. This is quite different topic. The other topics of the file handling are in one category, and this is different topic which is mentioned in your syllabus. Command line arguments, argc and argv. Just remember, just recall main function. In main function you have never used any parameter in the main bracket. See the first bulleted point, main function, and in the bracket you are not supplying any parameter. But in the second bulleted point you can see we are entering some parameters to the main function, int argc comma char star argv. Just remember, always learn this syntax, because the name of the argument, type of the argument is fixed, and they are standards argc and argv, and argc type is int and argv is char star and it's an array. Now what stands for argc? Arg is argument and c is count, means argument count. Argv is argument and v is vector, argv. Now what do you mean by arguments? When we run the function, you have already done DOS, that is the command line. You run the DOS commands from the command line. You go to command prompt and run those commands. When we run the C program from the command line, we can supply some arguments to the main function. Those are known as command line arguments. I will come to the I will explain you, like suppose the program name is program 1. I am executing $sign on the command line. Program 1, enter. It means I am just supplying program name to run that program. If I supply program 1 A space A, it means I am supplying one argument to that program 1. So total argument count is 2. One argument is counted for the program name, the second argument is counted for the value A I supplied. So read the third bulleted point, argument count. Counting means int, that's why the data type is int, and it stores the command line arguments passed by the user, including the name of the program. So if we are passing value, if we pass a value to a program, single value, one argument and one program name, then the total argument count will be 2. Clear? Like again repeating, $sign program 1 space A. Then program 1 is the name of the program and A is the argument you are supplying. So A is the argument which is counted in the argument count along with the program name. I will explain through the example also later on. Just try to understand that we are supplying some arguments to the main function which we have not done yet. Now what is argv? Arg stands for argument and v stands for vector. It is a vector, it is an array which holds the names of all the arguments starting from the program name. It means argc 0 will hold the address name of the program, argc 1 will hold the address of the name of the first argument, and so on, and counter will go till argc -1 because the numbering starts from 0. In this slide, we will discuss few properties of command line arguments, that they are passed to a main function. We have already discussed where it is invoked when the program is executed from the command prompt, and we can control the program from outside the program, from the hard coding of the program. And argv count indexing starts from 0 1 and goes till an argc minus 1, and at index argc it holds the null pointer. We are supplying program name, then the arguments. If you want to supply some arguments which has space in between them, suppose I want to supply one argument ritika space pencil, I want to make it as one argument only, then I should put that ritika pencil in double quotes, otherwise it will be considered as two arguments because of space. Now this is the code through which I will try to explain you argc argv. On the screen, first the numbering, in the numbering part there is a few lines of code, and in the last of the slide a b c point are the three output executions. Let's first read a, b and c point. At a point dollar is the prompt command prompt sign, then program 1 space testing. Program 1, but program 1 is the name of the program, space we are supplying one argument testing. So total argc count will be 2, and in argv array, first location program 1 will be there, second location testing will be there. In b point we are supplying program 1 and we are supplying two further arguments, testing 1 and testing 2. In C point we are only supplying program name. Now let's start with the program. In the line number 1 we have stdio.h. In line number 2 we have argc and argv as fixed. Now if argc is equals to 2, we will print this line. If argc greater than 2, we will print too many arguments, otherwise we will print one argument expected. Now we will try to map this with point number a. If point number A is executed, program 1 space testing, it means total argc count will be 2. Total program 1 is the one thing and testing is the second. So line number 4 will be true and sixth line will get printed. Argument supplied is, and the argument is testing. If line number B is executed, program 1 testing 2, total argc count will become 3. It means eighth line will be true, else if line, then the output will get too many arguments. In point number C, we are executing program 1, means we are not supplying any argument, so argc count will be 1, so it will not match. If not match, else if, else part will get executed, one argument expected. These are the references with the help of those which I have prepared this presentation. Your work is to read the presentation, try to understand the presentation, read the material from your book, map the topics from your syllabus, then prepare your written assignment, which I will also post with a particular deadline. Along with you have to do your practical programs. The 4 programs fprintf, fscanf, getc and putc are compulsory, and other you can opt from according to your choice from your book. Thank you.